Okay, I want to go through and work this quiz that many folks took this past week. I want to go through and I want to work the problems to make sure that we know how to do them in preparation of our upcoming test. One of the things you might notice is that the questions are in a different order than they were for your quiz. I adjusted the order for most of these, so just kind of be aware of that. All right, question number one. An arithmetic sequence has the following properties. U sub 1 is equal to 3, and D is equal to 4. Find the 10th term in the sequence. Now, there's lots of ways for us to be able to get to this answer. One, we could go through and find the explicit form and solve for 10, but honestly, the easiest thing for us to do is to just plug in. Our first term was 3. D is 4, so that means we're adding 4 every time. So it'd be 7, 11, 15, 19, 23, 27, 31, 35, 39, and 43. So every time I'm adding 4, I simply go through and do that. I get up to my 10. Very simple process as far as that's concerned. One of those things that we just need to know that we have kind of in our toolbox. All right, next sequence question. Given the sequence 3, 7, 11, 15, what is the explicit form of the sequence? Now, there are two ways to do this. One, we can actually go through and solve it using the way we had discussed in class, where it's not a multiple choice setting. We know that we're adding 4 every time. So we know because we're adding 4 and we're doing it repeatedly, that's what we're going to multiply by. In fact, that could have gotten you to the answer very, very quickly. Other way to do this, we know that it's U sub n is equal to 4 times n plus or minus something. So if n is 1, U sub n is equal to 3. So 1 times 4 can give me 4. What am I going to add to it to get to 3? Negative 1. I want to test it out, make sure that it works. So I'm going to go up here. This is the 4th term. 4 times 4 is 16, minus 1 is 15, and it in fact works. The other way to solve this in a multiple choice setting is to just plug in. Up here, I said that the 4th term was 15. If I plug in 4 here, do I get 15? The answer is no. Here, do I get 15? No. Down here, still not 15. Down here, yes. That's how I know that that is the answer. With a multiple choice test, you have to understand that there are multiple ways to access these answers. All right, intersection of 2 planes. That is a line. That is directly from our notes. Intersection of 2 planes is a line. Are lines AD and BC coplanar? AD, we look, goes through the plane. We also know that it is not part of the plane, as I told you in class, because this part is outside of that parallelogram, and this part is outside the parallelogram. That's how we denote that it is outside the plane. So that was off the plane. This one is on the plane, so that means that they are not coplanar. Coplanar meaning, of course, the fact that they are on the same plane. Which of the following is not another name for line ED? If I look, line ED is this line right here. So, ED is a valid name. DE, valid name. EC, or CE, valid name. DC, or CD, valid name. BC, not even that same line. That's how I know that that is my answer. When we're talking about lines, the way we know that those things work together is if those points are on the same line, if they are collinear. course, that was a mistake on my part there. All right, let's take a look at these problems. If x is the midpoint of BC, and BX is 23, and BC is given as 4x minus 1, what is BC? So let's draw this problem out. Let's see what this would look like. So I have some points here, B and C. I have some midpoint X. So I know that BX is 23, midpoint 23, so we know that this whole distance has to be 46. This you could use to solve, but it's not going to be helpful for us. It doesn't do anything for us. In the interest of time, what I'm going to do is split this video into two. The next set of questions will be on the next video.